Welcome everyone to our journey. And speaking of journey, today we're going to be talking about customer journey. In previous occasions, we already discussed the importance of branding towards your business, your sales, your marketing strategy, or whatever you wanted to do. And this enough is not maybe sufficient for us, for customers, or for our own businesses to actually perpetuate during the time our legacy. So what we need to do is actually expand the knowledge, starting with or following with the customer journey. So in today's webinar, we are going to be discussing the main points and all the academic work I've done on the journey and how to get the most out of it. So without further delay, let's jump as always into the PowerPoint and presentation I've prepared for you. But if you don't know me yet, my name is David. I have a degree in marketing and research and a master's, international master's on marketing and sales management. I've been studying and working all my life on the business environment, reading and expanding my knowledge to the infinite and beyond. And now my only goal is bringing into your perspective and into your daily life those little notes of knowledge and do it in an easy, fun way to actually learn, understand, and apply in the day-to-day basis. Now, really now, let's jump into the PowerPoint without further delay. Welcome, as I said, thanks again for being here. I won't stop actually thanking you. And as said, let's go through my professional strategy to drive that growth, to get that extra step. And as the title says, it's a better orchestration of the different tools we have in our daily life. Customer journey mapping, we'll see the steps, we'll see different phases, and actually we're going to apply this strategy in marketing and sales for success, okay? This is, of course, to actually grow, differentiate, and be better. So as always, I prepare an index. This is a bit of the concept. We'll talk about the definitions, we'll talk about many different things, but if you haven't seen branding and how to create a powerful brand, I really recommend you going one step back and watching it. If not, it's not necessary to actually understand what we're going to be seeing, but this sets the foundations for the next step. So definitely watch it now or later, but do it as we're going to be carrying forward different steps for the end goal, which is building our own businesses or actually growing the one we have. Now, talking about our PowerPoint, we need to see what elements is on it. Introductions, we'll see the definition. We'll actually say and understand what the journey of a customer is. We'll see some examples, and we actually have a better understanding of the overall concept that is it's bigger than you may think. Then, obviously, we're going to map those different stages. We're not going to see a real customer journey based on my experience. Then we'll go into understanding customer needs, because a journey and the customer cannot be done or cannot be approached without actually understanding these needs that we will see. We will follow to actually realize how important you may know that already, the importance of personalization. It's not that you may know, you as customers know how good you feel when they let you personalize what you want to see, what you want to buy, or different perks into your shopping experience. As always, I like to include a bit of technology in our journey, and we'll be seeing the metrics needed for measuring that success that, let me tell you, are crucial for today's world. Let's begin with the definition of customer journey. What do we actually need to understand about customer journey itself? Well, the overall consensus on this topic is that the customer journey needs to be an experience. And it's the experience the brand, the company gives to every one of their customers. This has a little bit of many perks, many variables that customers itself are way different one from the other. But the vital point of it is understanding the overall general path that one person follows when actually going in a buying processes, let's call it. So the definition expands and actually talks about the touch points. Those touch points are the decisive moments where things can go wrong or right depending on how we assess them and we actually design them for the customer. Those are the contact points, talking to a cashier, getting and seeing the product, searching online, buying, paying, receiving it home. There are many, many touch points, and we will see in the main ones that can actually be considered over the whole processes. It's important to understand that these touch points are crucial and that gathering data, and you will see as we actually analyze, and understanding the interactions and how preferences work and develop, it's really important if we actually want to have a really nice and well-established a well-established journey for our clients. Okay, so definition itself, I know it could be confusion, but why it's important? Let's move, and you will see and you will understand as we actually develop it. It's important to understand the customer journey because then we will actually create a seamless experience. The journey that our clients will follow will be like nothing. They will actually feel any uncomfort. They will actually be pleased to buy once and come back and repeat, which is the end goal of any company, repeating the second sales. So this gives ourselves a competitive advantage. The brands that develop and design the best customer journey processes are leading references for each industry. So the sooner we actually understand, the faster we will actually be able to beat and surpass our competence, okay? Our competitors, better said. This, as I said, is achieved by optimization in the journey, okay? Each business needs to focus on find out what are the most important ones, which are the increasing payable points in each customer, and overall, actually map, lead, try, understand, and then over the time, get to the best possible outcome overall. I brought some current examples so you can actually see in reality what a customer journey is. You can actually see how companies convert loyalty, lead customers to be references, and actually increase satisfaction, the advocacy towards a brand. So the first one I have is Airbnb. The process that Airbnb followed to be a reference in booking as of today is tailoring the user experience. This you will see repeated a lot throughout the processes, but companies what actually are doing right now is gathering as much data as possible of your buying processes, comparing to the competence, and then showing you and giving you what you need to or what you should be looking at. This is the common misconception that consumers said the phone are listening to me. No, it's not the phones listens or they are constantly tracking us. It's that by crossing data, analyzing it, and actually comparing it to the standard references that statistics has proven along the years, they can actually, through powerful logarithm and mechanism, give you what you should or what your brain would actually want to see based on those parameters. And then the 24/7 customer support, the happiness, the overall the experience, a positive entire experience throughout. Okay. Suppose is a free shipping and return company. What they did to actually change the game is offer a 360-day return policy and a 24/7 customer support. You are starting to see some repeated parameters like customer support, and this is really important because the touch points tend to be with people, the assistant and the clients. But a brand new policy, 360-day return, gave the user a lower pain point so he can actually enter and experience and see the page without actually that lack of, I don't know if it's going to be work because you have a whole year to return something. Okay. And then once again, personalizing the experience by providing product recommendations based on the customer's purchase history. Data. Data is the ally in the customer experience, and you are going to see it repeated over and over in today's interaction. Sephora, the beauty company, launched an insight program where you can actually gain rewards by showing loyalty. The most purchases you make, loyalty you will have. The more purchases you make, more rewards you can actually obtain from Sephora. And then they develop a virtual try-on feature that you can actually see and find the perfect product personalized based on recommendations, based on your beauty profile that you gave the company. Okay. What else? What else? The mapping. We, now that saw the importance, the definition, can actually move into mapping the customer journey. What is actually the customer journey looks like? Well, we need to actually visualize the entire experience of a customer that it has with a brand, from the initial touch point to the end one, which tends to be the purchase, badly misconception, and you will see why now. And this process is a seamless experience where data can be gathered. So what are those? I'm showing you 5, but we can add many more points of the journey, okay? First one, we have the awareness. This is when the client, not the company, realize that he has a need to be fulfilled. On that moment, the brand at the same time needs to be there fulfilling possible customer needs, not creating them. You're not creating anything, you're fulfilling a possible customer need that may appear in a short, long-term process. Once that awareness is raised, it's time to research. Clients and companies will have to do research to position themselves, to be there, and to satisfy those specific needs. That's what, as previously said, customer needs are crucial in this process. Once we are there, it's time to consider. Depending on the kind of product you are buying, the consideration will be lower, or the barrier of consideration will be lower or higher. This is more in a product strategy that we can actually be talking here for a while. But let's say you are evaluating options. As a rule of thumbs, if it's a product, expensive product, have higher barriers in consideration than lower ones. Here you have things like price, shipping, payment methods, all of those will be things that the customer will consider. Once you have considered you or your brand, it's time to purchase. The final decision, did the customer get the object of work he needed from us or for the company? And for the customers, those tend to be, or these tend to be the biggest pain points of all, because it's when you have to make a decision. Decisions are hard, okay? And pain is even harder. So we need to make not only the 3 steps seamless, but the purchase itself need to be as if the client hasn't done anything substantially hard for him, okay? And then post-purchase, regrets or success. And regrets is a really bad thing to have. And if customers have regrets from buying from us, we are done. It's game over. So these 2 last steps for me, especially the post-purchase, it's even more important than the first 3. Okay, because if we manage to track or catch customers and lead them in our business, but we are not able to retain them, to make them satisfied, and to actually continue the second, third time purchase and recommend, we are in big trouble. Okay, so think about this process. Think about what a customer may actually be going through your own business, and think and actually consider if those are good or bad. Now, I brought you what actually could be a perfect example of a customer journey in any, mainly in the industry. When you have a need, you're not either happy, unhappy, you're uncomfortable. You need to, you know you have a need to satisfy. And the first pain point you have is the huge amount of options you have available. Then that brings you you're lazy, your lackness of actually effort going in because there's too many things. They didn't explain clear enough what they do, so you're not sure if that will satisfy you. It's just marketing. They're just trying to sell me something I don't really need. What is going on? Then You go into the research, into the consideration options, you have some more clear, you're starting to feel, or you're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's a good point, it's a touch point, you're happy because you almost have something bought. But then once again, the product comes to practice, you need to go to the shop, you need to go around home, or you need to actually type more things online, and then you need to buy. You need to pass the credit card, you don't have the right color, you don't have exactly what they wanted. What actually we should be aiming for is something more like this. A journey or a map of a customer journey where we have more positive touch points. The customer doesn't need to look for us. We are already there. We're waiting on the line for the signal to appear. He doesn't need to make a lot of effort looking for us. Yes, there may be many options, but when he actually saw those options, we immediately give them the pros and cons and what he actually needs to step for. We actually made them easy to come to our shop, to try like Sephora did. Then we actually let him try, have free trials, samples. Yes, buying is going to be a pain point. That's going to be negative. There are starting to be tools that let us actually buy just from voice and actually be legal, or we don't need to actually sign anything on a screen, which tends to be quite precarious for the buying and the resistant moment. And then obviously we created such a good product and he's so happy he will buy again. And not only we created a product, our assistants, our shopping cart, our store, our webpage, everything that we built from the product was exceptionally good to create happiness, which is what we need to be doing, happiness for the clients. Now that we actually map out the customer journey, we need to actually understand the customer needs, and this is for one reason only. If we understand our customer needs, we will able to actually, as you're reading, increase their satisfaction. If the satisfaction is higher, loyalty tend to be correlated to that. And ultimately, that will bring an increase in revenue. So customer needs is nothing more than making sure that our great idea, our effort is put in the right path. And we are not actually going and wasting the effort because no one is actually needing our product. Things that you may actually take in consideration when trying to understand the customer needs, okay? This is a really big topic and we're not actually gonna go for that. Try to ask for what they actually think about, what they actually need. Look for research online, okay? Always be in constant change, in proactiveness to adapt, okay? And this real-time customer service, as you're instinct, it's what 60% already of the customer expect. Okay, they expect it. Adaptations. Okay, they don't want a fixed product that you could sell to anyone. They want something personal for them. Okay, so understand that they need personalization. We'll talk about it later. Okay, 80% consider that the experience is as important as the product. Don't over focus on building and having a great packaging, a great naming, a great logo, a great shop, beauty, luxury. No, think about who is going to work for you, who's going to show the product, who's going to explain it to them, who is going to deliver to them. Is it going to be late? Is it going to be broken because we pay low delivery shipping? That's important as well. Okay, then personalization the emails. This is the we will be there. Personalization emails for them, so we are ready, waiting on the starting line for them to click start. Okay, people have a tendency that open personal email more than those generic ones. But if we are not even sending emails, we're already wasting and missing a big potential. Okay, and then this is the key point: 44% of the customer who are happy on satisfied experience will likely become a second time buyer. Okay, and then they will also personalize the shopping experience. So do that. Okay, do that for the customers and understand that they need that constant adaptations. The constant adaptations comes from the personalization, which is point 4 of today's path. Okay, you need to allow your business enough flexibility to have a well-established product that has room to personalize. I say if you're selling educational programs, yes, those are fixed, but play around with extra perks, with tutoring, with classes, with personalization. Play around with that, with discounts. If you're selling a fixed product, think about giving free samples. Think about doing special collaborations. Think about giving discount codes for later. Think how you can actually make them, wrapping it in a better way. Those are the developing thing of personalization. And then if you are locked in by the product cannot be changed, cannot be improved, make a unique experience of running. You don't need to follow a linear path of introduction, mid explanation, and then you buy or not. You can actually start by swapping things around, changing the narrative of the story, making your story unique, making it like you're not selling anything, but indeed you are. Play with the imaginations, be imaginative, be creative, and that will create attraction to you. That attractions then can be translated into that attraction, satisfaction, because they bought it and they like it. They will become loyal. They will recommend it to friends, and then the ball start to getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then you get to the point you actually meant to. Okay. I have a more product of how companies do personalization, but this is different personalization of what we're talking about. And this is why I brought about three: Spotify, Netflix, and Spotify. And all of them you will see have one key in common: recommendation based on customer data. And this is the hot topic of today. Customer data is crucial. Now that third-party cookies are starting to get banned and no longer will be available, we can only rely on first-party cookies. Those, to begin with, are really expensive. We need to deal with a lot of legislation, so we not be able to obtain them easily from competitors. So we need to create ours, okay? The revenue of Amazon is 35% of the revenue from product recommendation is 35% of the total one, just so you have an idea. On Netflix, by recommending good series and shows, they managed to decrease 30% customer churn in 2020, okay? Just by this strategy. And Spotify alone has 20% more engagement and 30% more ad revenue by showing you what you want to hear. We are not Spotify, Netflix, or Amazon, but we have voice to ask about things from the customers. Okay, what you like, what you look for, where the alternative. Did you check any store before coming here? We can make surveys to our customers and then get them some incentives after that. If we have a web page, we have a lot of analytics there. If we have a mobile app, because of somehow we have a lot of apps. If we have a store, we have ton of people coming in and out of our store. Having one person just asking them two specific questions can actually give us a lot of information about what the client is thinking about. Okay, so information is key in today's shopping experience, and this is why I'm pairing this with technology. Okay, this is actually, you already know, chatbots, artificial intelligence, and voice assistants. What happened? Those companies that tend to have these technologies are multinational, or at least have been playing the game for a while. But if you can actually implement this on your online strategy, you will be one step above all the people. And you don't need to actually hire super good engineers to create those sort of things. You can actually make some little tricks. Some pages don't have chatbots. They just have frequently asked questions that repeat over and over and over, and a person behind the chatbox answering them manually, especially if the volume is low. Artificial intelligence is to everyone access. So use many pages to actually create content, promotions, engaging emails, and then voice assistants. You can actually program and allow utilities like Alexa from Amazon to make automatic purchases from your stores. Alexa and Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza has one in Alexa that you can actually buy pizza ordering just by phone. And if we actually have a reminder, weekly reminder through emails of, hey, you can actually buy from us again. You may be running short on supplies, and yeah, you can actually, you have Alexa, yeah, take order online, and then you have more data to collect. So you see, once you actually start to understand the different pieces, and you don't need to be a genius on any of them, but I'm actually explaining just super basic, super superficial. But if you actually have the idea to create it, then you can actually expand the knowledge. This is what it's about, ideas for you to expand. And then this is more about data, metrics. Metrics are crucial to see if we are doing things right or wrong, and most of you don't. Get yourself out there and do things like this. They tend to be done in service where people fill in the gaps. Oh yeah, 5 for this. Oh, yeah, likelihood of buying again. 6, you will buy again. Yeah, 7. If you don't know, 7 is the number where many people answer because it's not too high that you are actually overvaluating your performance, but not too low that they actually may feel you bad. So people normally at 7. So these things tend to be a little wacky, but at least it gives you a general idea. Was it hard to find our product? Did you arrive easily to our location, to our store? Oh no, it took me 30 minutes to get. I didn't know the exit of how to arrive in our store. Do you know how you there have a key to actually improve something? Are you satisfied with the product? Would you like? Are you? Would you? Do you want to get a second one? No, because I've this kind of felt me. You asked 3 months later. Would you recommend us? Yeah, 7. Okay, well, people are more happy if they're really unhappy. They will tell you. So this is a like hints of things you're doing right or wrong, so you can actually start improving or correcting those different parameters. Okay, this is why this kind of approach in the journey is crucial. And if I actually go back once again to the customer map that we were watching, that for me is crucial, we can see again the key points of allowing the customers to feel relief and happy while buying. Okay, purchases are hard because money takes a lot of time to be earned. And if we make them that decision even harder, why? They wouldn't even care about buying us. We can actually be have the brand brand, the best brand. Actually, you can actually skip having a good brand, a good logo, a good positioning, and just focus on that. But whatever your units are selling, if you're selling one unit of something, that unit need to be perfectly sold and seamless to the customer, so he can actually buy a second one. Because at the end of the day, it's all about revenue. They buy more, we get more revenue. And if they're happy, we come again and recommend, and we can expand and grow from there. Okay, so that is the main point. Now, if we are actually going back to to our full screen, I know this is easy, this is short and superficial. We didn't get in more detail, but get the main points of understanding the graph I showed you of the different points, pain and good points of a journey. Think about how you can implement some technology to be up in the current trends, and actually you can gather some data. If you are an all traditional business, you can do it as well. It will be more laborious. You can actually use Excel files for that. It doesn't need to be super complicated. It just needs to be done. And for those of you who are super lost, you still don't know how you can actually change the customer journey. You don't even know you don't even know this from 5 minutes ago. You can actually comment down below, ask me direct questions or whatever you need, and we actually work on them, satisfying them, swapping things, understanding, and then having just a clear view. Because if we actually are able to get our minds or our ideas out of the business into a more general approach, we could actually see some more things of how the business and how those pieces are working together in post of a better result, of a better understanding of what we actually need to achieve for that. I think with this really short introduction, this is not something to actually be talking here for ages. I'll expand those topics as we actually are more advanced from work. The next one is value proposition. We actually touch a bit of those value needs. Next one will be seeing customer values. Okay, that value proposition based on the needs of our customers. So stay tuned for part 3, because this is a wheel that is starting, will not stop. Okay, and then when we are we have sufficient knowledge to establish a good foundation, we will start climbing to more specific topics and more things that we can learn based on more experience, based on more real cases, and based on what you actually comment or tell me that you would like to see. So my name is David, you know me, okay? Anything in marketing and sales, I am the guy for that, especially if you're starting and you need clear concepts for them, okay? If you haven't seen the first episode, I really recommend you watching it. If not, I have a lot of podcasts there for many topics about businesses and about many other stuff around the internet that you can actually check them. And if not, you can always come daily to see any of my shorts in any of the social media you have down below. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.